Coming up next, finding solution to a long-time college problem. A new report is just out on hazing. We break down what's in it and talk with a fraternity member.
It's like a taboo thing where it's like it happens and everybody knows it happens.
Plus, the latest on a fire in central PA that left 7 members of a family dead.
And some Penn State football players hope their NFL dream starts this weekend. We check in on the draft happening in Pittsburgh. The Center County Report starts now. Good afternoon. I'm Jack Raczynski.
And I'm Maya Valerio. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, a newly released report is aimed at finding solutions to the issue of hazing on college campuses, not just at Penn State, but around the nation. Reporter Mia Tricarico is live in our newsroom with the story. Mia?
Maya, the data in this report is chilling, revealing about 5 lives lost from hazing each year for the last 25 years. That's why the Stop Campus Hazing Act was signed into federal law. It requires universities to take action. But while specialists are drafting blueprints, the reality on Frat Row remains a culture of secrecy.
This viral video made national news recently, a disturbing scene showing an alleged hazing incident in Iowa last year. Police body cam video showed pledges blindfolded in a basement. It was the latest black eye for college Greek life. Closer to home, hazing at Penn State also made national headlines. The death of student Tim Piazza 9 years ago that led to his parents taking action.
We're not saying kill fraternities. We're saying let's make them better.
Now the fight against hazing is moving from the basement to the boardroom as officials release a blueprint aimed at student safety. A new report from the Piazza Center for Fraternity and Sorority Research titled Charge for Change provides hazing data and evidence-based prevention strategies. Lead researcher Patrick Biddick says the data proves traditional prevention is not enough.
A one-chapter workshop on hazing, or maybe the fraternity sorority advisor will bring in a speaker. But it's not a campus focus. It's just more of either a group or a small community focus.
Piazza Center Executive Director Steven Veldkamp says prevention is at the heart of this new report. He told us in a statement, "We know so much more than we did 5, 10, or 20 years ago. We anticipate campuses across the country to use the document to align staff mindsets, advocate for resources to enhance prevention, and design research-informed prevention programs." But Jacob Frank with Penn State Our Voice says the disconnect lives in how deeply students have normalized such dangerous behavior.
It's becoming so normalized that, well, what do you mean that it's not supposed to be like that? What do you mean that I shouldn't be worried about my stomach needing to be pumped? Because I know many students that have had their stomachs pumped.
The Charge for Change exists on paper as a promise for a safer campus, but on Fraternity Row, those promises can be drowned out by a culture of silence like this Penn State fraternity member told us.
It's like a taboo thing where it's like it happens and everybody knows it happens, but you can't really say. We were lined up in a line and there were 19 of us and 1 bottle of vodka. And it got passed down the line, and you had to drink until you couldn't.
He agreed to talk with us only if we hid his identity for fear of backlash.
They do try to strip you down, and they do try to humiliate you and make you feel like you're nothing, but that's really the whole process.
The report highlights a culture of secrecy. The student we talked with said when officials check on fraternities, some members conceal hazing through protective group chats.
But when he comes, it's like the biggest deal of all time. Like the whole frat knows, like it hits all the group chats. Like Mark's here, like tighten up, everybody tighten up. Because he is the only one that enforces these regulations.
The Charge for Change is a promise on paper. Whether that promise can actually break a century of silence is a question Penn State and other universities has yet to fully answer.
The Piazza Center will host webinars and in-person programs in the next coming month to spread the word about the report and provide people with the opportunity to connect. The first meeting happened earlier this week. I'm Mia Tricarico, reporting back to you.
Thanks, Mia. The investigation goes on today after an Amish woman and her 6 children died in a fast-moving house fire after an explosion. It happened Sunday near Mill Hall in Clinton County. Firefighters responding to an explosion at a home in Lamar Township said 7 people were trapped, but they couldn't search the house engulfed in flames. All 7 died. A neighbor said she was eating breakfast when it happened.
I heard a boom and I could feel it. And I got up and looked out the window and I could see the flames through the windows. And I come running outside, and within a minute the whole house was completely engulfed.
The cause is under investigation. Police say a propane leak inside the home may have caused it. The family had just moved into the house a couple months ago. An obituary posted online by a local funeral home identified the mother as a member of the Old Order Amish church community.
People taking a stand against violence held an event on Penn State's campus this week. More than 60 people gathered for the annual Men Against Violence Walk. Organized by Our Voice and the Interfraternity Council, the event brings together men and others to speak out against violence and sexual violence.
Construction bids for the new Park Forest Middle School in State College have come in below estimates. The school board said bids totaled $112 million. That's about $18 million less than projected. The board will vote on the bids at a future meeting, and construction is expected to begin next month. And the Pennsylvania Military Museum is undergoing a multi-million-dollar renovation. The museum in Boalsburg closed in 2024, and renovations include new exhibits, partitions in the galleries, and even the addition of the first tank built in the U.S. The museum is set to reopen next year and is said to be, quote, barely recognizable.
Today is Arbor Day, and for the first time, it's being added to State College's Earth Day celebration. But beyond the event, it's highlighting something the borough has been focused on for decades: urban forestry.
For the first time, Arbor Day is joining Earth Day celebrations in State College. But the borough's investment in trees has been growing for years.
I think it just speaks to, the borough's commitment, both past and present, to the urban forest program. The time and money that's been spent in maintaining and growing that urban forest is really important.
That commitment has earned State College recognition as Tree City USA for 41 consecutive years by the Arbor Day Foundation. Keeping that title takes constant work. Still, experts say the benefits of those trees go far beyond appearance.
Air quality. Trees are wonderful at purifying the air, taking pollutants out of the air, and making for healthier air in urban areas. So the idea of urban tree plantings in a place like the Borough State College is just a terrific idea.
And the impact doesn't stop there.
If you have a buffer of native vegetation, trees along the stream, that helps to filter pollutants running off of the landscape. That helps to cool the water and provide cooler water temperatures through the summer.
Organizers say that adding Arbor Day to the celebration this year is all about highlighting just how important trees are, not just for the environment, but for the future of communities like State College. From improving air and water quality to supporting entire ecosystems, urban forestry depends on planning and participation.
If you have everything from a 200-acre farm to an eighth of an acre lot, there's something you can do to help improve the health of our watersheds.
Officials say one of the simplest ways to make a difference, planting your own trees at home, can help grow the borough's urban forest for years to come.
And still to come on the Center County Report, is the warm weather finally here to stay, or will we get another shot of cold?
And a local library is one step closer to some much-needed renovations. Also coming up, how a tragic event for a student athlete has led to positive changes for others. A foundation in Center County is getting financial help to continue a mission to improve youth mental health. The Jana Marie Foundation has received a $300,000 grant from the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency. Jana Marie provides a yearly free summer camp and after-school programming to promote mental and emotional health.
Another project that's also aimed at helping people struggling with mental health, a Penn State alum founded a nonprofit after losing one of her close friends. Reporter Allie Winskowski connected with her to learn more, but first a warning, as this story involves the topic of suicide.
Morgan Rogers was a treasure to everyone around her. She was a jokester, a music lover, a giver, a daughter, a friend.
She was a little bit of everything and could do a little bit of everything, and anyone that was around her in that moment instantly had a smile on their faces because of her.
And her favorite thing was playing lacrosse at Duke University. But right before her sophomore year of college, she tore her ACL, MCL, and meniscus. That's when the world she worked so hard for, the lacrosse world, started crashing down.
So it's been hard for me to know that she was there for me all those times, and then I couldn't be there for her because she hid her pain. She masked her pain with a smile.
On July 11, 2019, Rogers died by suicide. It was at her funeral that a group of her friends and family realized something had to be done to stop this from happening to other athletes.
That's what we always like to say at Morgan's Message, is just like, you're more than an athlete, and we try to remind people of all the other things they are.
Penn State alum Megan Burney was one of those friends and founders. She's now the board secretary and director of communications. Morgan's Message is a nonprofit aimed at eliminating stigma around mental health in student athletes. It launched as a podcast and has since turned into an organization that spans nearly 2,000 high school and college campuses nationwide. Penn State is one of those universities, with an ambassador program created in 2022.
I went to Penn State. Whatever you need, I've got you. So when I continue to see them participating, that's like close to my heart.
Here at Penn State, the reach of Morgan's Message goes beyond just one team. Both the women's lacrosse team and the women's hockey team have had multiple ambassadors over the years.
Penn State's women's lacrosse team hosts an annual Morgan's Message dedication game. This year, they wore blue and orange hairbands to show their support. Head coach Kayla Traynor continued Rogers' legacy in her first dedication game, wearing a Morgan's Message pin.
We just want to be able to talk about it and have kids feel comfortable talking about mental health.
The mission is that simple, talking about mental health, because Morgan's legacy deserves a conversation.
She'd be blown away to know, and proud of her family, especially too, for what all the efforts that they're still doing. She was so loved, and I just wish she knew that she could come to us, and like, regardless of what it was, she wasn't gonna let anybody down.
A lasting legacy to, hopefully, save lives. In State College, I'm Allie Winskowski reporting.
And if you or someone you know is struggling, help is available. You can call 988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
It's National Library Week, and a Center Hall library has a lot to celebrate. A $750,000 state grant is jumpstarting a $2.4 million expansion that'll more than double the library's size. But to make it happen, they still need to raise a matching $750,000. Branch manager Kathleen Edwards says even with limited space, they're finding ways to serve the community.
We're lucky in that while we don't have a ton of space, and the renovation will add to that, but we won't be massive, we have the option to get things from other bigger libraries. So that allows us to serve people in many different ways.
To see more on how the library plans to raise that money, check out the full story on the Belisario Student Media website.
Beautiful start to the week, but as we head further throughout today and into tomorrow, a bit of a wet pattern is going to start to emerge. Currently, we're sitting at a beautiful 68 degrees with the feels like temperature being 68 degrees because of those beautiful sunny conditions. Now, as we head a little bit further throughout the day, we do see our temperature highs rise all the way up into the mid 70s, and that's about 10 degrees above our average for this time of the year. Looking at our live radar and satellite, we do see a few spotty showers over the Susquehanna region, but as we head throughout the day, we're staying a little bit clear until around 3 p.m. But our biggest concern for this weekend is this system over the Mississippi Valley region, and that is going to be bringing some rain and showers throughout Sunday, our blue and white game. But we're not out of the woods today. As we head further throughout today on Friday, we do see these converging winds, and that's going to be bringing some spotty showers and thunderstorms later today, starting at 3 p.m. and lasting until around 8 p.m. when we start to clear up a little bit. Still a few spotty showers here or there, but that system moves in Saturday morning. Now, hopefully, there's this bit of dry slotting in central Pennsylvania, and that's going to be bringing hopefully more dry conditions during the tailgate hours. But by the time the blue and white game actually starts, we're almost certainly going to be seeing the start of those heavier showers. And that's going to be bringing showers throughout the entirety of Saturday until Sunday morning. Now, once those showers move out, we are seeing a total of around 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain from Saturday. So along with those wet conditions, it's going to be getting a little bit cooler. So make sure you bring something to keep you warm, something to keep you dry for the blue and white game on Saturday. Now, quick weekend recap. We have a high of 74 today with scattered showers and thunderstorms, as well as a northeast wind at 3 to 7 miles per hour. Overnight, we see a few lingering showers with a low of 49 overnight tonight, and then that system begins to move in on Saturday, cooling us down, not quite as cold as the beginning of this week, but it's also going to be bringing those persistent showers with highs in the mid-50s. Now, I am excited to see a more typical spring pattern emerge as we head into next week, with temperature highs in the mid-60s and a mix of sun and rain.
Despite that gloomy weather tomorrow, I think that blue-white weekend will still be fun.
Yeah, and speaking of the blue-white weekend, Jeremy Rose has more on that and a lot more around the Commonwealth with sports.
Thanks, Jack. Coming up in sports, we check in at Beaver Stadium as Penn State's blue-white weekend begins. Also ahead, hundreds of thousands of fans are in Pittsburgh for the NFL Draft, and more Nittany Lions hope their names will be called soon. I'm Jeremy Rose with sports. The NFL Draft continues tonight in Pittsburgh, and more former Penn State players are hoping to hear their names called after lineman Vega Ioane went in the first round to the Ravens. The event has also drawn hundreds of thousands of people to Pittsburgh. Ashley Mascaro reports.
Pittsburgh spent months prepping to host one of sports' biggest events, the NFL Draft. It's being hosted here for the first time since 1948. Hundreds of thousands of fans are descending into the Steel City. Businesses near the stadium are cashing in. Shorty's Pints and Pins hosted a kickoff concert with Steve Aoki, plus after parties with Nelly last night and 2 Chainz tonight.
So this is all done by the stage crew. So they come out, the whole thing's mobile. It's pretty awesome. I watched them setting up yesterday. They unfold it from a trailer and it comes up.
Visitors have been arriving all week. Visitor Heather Kaminsky says she and her husband are so excited they're staying in Pittsburgh an extra night.
I think it's going to be amazing energy, right? Everybody's excited to see who the picks are going to be and cheer for their team, but I think the majority will be Steelers fans here. It's definitely Steelers Nation.
When it comes to the actual draft picks, some former Penn State stars hope to live their NFL dream. From offensive lineman Vega Ioane to quarterback Drew Aller and Katron Allen to Nick Singleton. Aller says he's talked with almost every NFL team.
As far as things that they like about me, it's more of like just arm talent and that sort of thing, and them understanding how I process, how I learn information.
Now all that's left to do is wait. In University Park, I'm Ashley Mascaro for the Center County Report.
Ioane was the 14th overall pick. Round 2 of the draft kicks off at 7 tonight. From there over to the current Penn State team. Penn State's spring football practice season comes to an end this weekend with the annual Blue-White events on campus. Reporter Bronwyn Leiber is live at Beaver Stadium with more. And Bronwyn, things look a little bit different this year, don't they?
That's right, Jeremy. There is a new head coach, and it's no longer a scrimmage game, but instead an open practice for fans to attend instead. Unlike last year's practice game, this year fans will get to see individual drills, 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s. This is the first time fans will get the chance to see the new look of the team. Coach Matt Campbell brought in more than 50 new players, including 24 from his former school, Iowa State.
You know, I think one of the neat things for our kids this time around is you're going to get to experience what this fan base feels like and how special this place really is.
Speaking of the fan base, another new event taking place this year will be held at Haluba Hall later today at 4:30 p.m. This will be the Kids Combine. As for tomorrow, there's been a slight change in plans. Gates will still open at 11 a.m., but due to an upcoming weather forecast, practice will now begin at 12:15 p.m. I'm Bronwyn Leiber reporting live. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Bronwyn. Penn State men's volleyball team has advanced to the EIVA championship game with a win last night at Rec Hall. The Nittany Lions beat the Charleston Golden Eagles 3-2. It was their 10th straight match win, and 3 Nittany Lions players had 10 or more kills, led by Sean Harvey's 19. They'll take on Princeton tomorrow night for the conference championship. Now over to high school baseball. The State High Little Lions will look to get back into the win column this afternoon. After a tough 3-2 loss to Chambersburg on Wednesday, State College looks to bounce back against Altoona. Sophomore pitcher Michael Yuri has played a major role in the season, and Coach Dan Fravel says his hard work hasn't gone unnoticed.
Big ass of Michael Yuri on the mound as a sophomore. We didn't really expect that many innings or pitches, but whatever. When he's feeling good, throwing strikes, working real hard, and the defense working, we're going to let him go as far as we can.
The Nittany Lions are now 6-5-1 on the season, and that will wrap us up for sports. So guys, Blue-White Weekend coming up. It's the start of the official Matt Campbell era. What are we looking forward to?
New players, new staff, first time in Beaver Stadium. Can't wait.
Should be really exciting. Thanks, Jeremy.
Absolutely.
Coming up next, find out how a cat named Horatio became so well known in our area and why people look forward to seeing him every Saturday.
As we mentioned earlier, it's National Library Week, and the Center County Library has some help from their furry friends to promote events. It's known as Catterday, where every Saturday the library posts a new picture of its famous cat Horatio. He gets dressed up every week to promote new books and events happening at the library on Allegheny Street in Bellefonte. Horatio is sometimes joined by Lisa Schaefer's other cat, Loki. And Maya, I think that's just a perfect way to spend a weekend.
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us next Friday for another local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Center County Report X, and you can see our stories on our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a great weekend.